So we're currently preparing for go live in Pennsylvania and Connecticut. Connecticut happening anytime soon now. At the same time, we're constantly monitoring the regulatory developments in the US. So we're looking at Maryland, Illinois, Indiana, New Hampshire at the moment, while Maryland and Illinois show the biggest potential in GGR. And of course, we're trying to get our content live on more and more operators, get the right positioning of our games, and see which operators we're still missing to go live with. So our plans until the end of 2024 are to be live with all Tier 1 and Tier 2 operators in the US. I think localization is key in general for every supplier. We've gathered quite some experience in Europe already where, for example, in the Netherlands, we're offering localized content from the Dutch arcade market to the players for online together with our game studio Greentube Antl. This helped us to grow significantly and we are now one of the market leaders in game supply in the Netherlands. So with this experience at hand, we were also monitoring and looking at the US market before we entered the market. And now we even acquired a US game studio that helps us to bring localized content into the market, show what the player preferences are, and then provide the right games with the right mechanics to the players. One of these mechanics is, for example, lock and spin mechanic. So we were one of the first game studios that actually introduced the lock and spin mechanic into Europe. And now, after some years, further developing this mechanic and bringing it together with other features and successful components within the game development, we reintroduced those games now into the US market. Yeah, that's a good question because, as you just said, the regulations in the US, they can quite differ. So if you look at New Jersey, Michigan, Pennsylvania, there are different market specifics, regulatory specifics that you need to take care of as a supplier. We are trying to do it as best as we can out of Europe. We did also our work before entering the market, looking at what is needed and what we actually can do in terms of game mechanics, etc., bet limits and so on and so forth. Going further into the future and most probably more states coming into play as well, we will try, of course, to increase the resources and have also somebody on the ground in the US just dealing with the regulatory bodies and with compliance topics. And for the time being, we are working very close with our business partners because they have the experience, they're in the market, they know the regulatory body, so it's a good collaboration there to make sure that we get our games into market as soon as possible, as quick as possible. Well, first of all, Greentube has more than 20 years of experience in the online casino industry. So we had the chance to gather quite some experience, make mistakes, learn from our mistakes in Europe for quite some time. We had the chance to try out different game mechanics, to see player preferences over there, to also see what is needed for a supplier to be successful, what is needed for an operator to be successful, because we're also an operator in Europe. And that helps us now. This experience helps us now, helped us also when entering the US market in the first place. Again, as I mentioned, we did our homework up front. We checked which game mechanics work in the US. We reintroduced certain features again, and now recently you can see with our game families like Diamond Cash, Thunder Cash, but also our recent success story, Piggy Prices, that our experience and hard work paid off. Well, first of all, our goal is always to work as close as possible with the operators to see how can we create win-win situations, what does the operator need to be successful in their field, and then work towards that. But on top of that, we're not only working on game provision, but we're also having a social platform with Bluebet working out of Canada. We have a server-based gaming platform, so we're looking towards an omni-channel solution for the future. This is actually something that US operators are already asking for, and we've been developing for more than 10 years already. So I'm looking forward to see what we can do there, but most of all, of course, providing the best content to the players. That's key. Well, first of all, being among the top game suppliers in the North American market. Second, I would say having some of our game families and game brands in the top game ranks in the North American market. Third, I would say to see our omni-channel gaming solution live with 1 or 2 business partners that are operating in land-based and online.